Hi all and welcome to the Truth, Honour and Integrity Show. We have a fairly packed show covering quite varied things this evening. The usual deep-seated exposés, bit of intel here and there, and the usual COVID BS with quite a sting in the tail tonight. Well, first we have to cover certain things. And this week marks the 3rd anniversary of the sovereignty letter issued to Mr. Trump on January the 27th. Now, much has passed since then, and things did not improve, only got much worse, particularly since last March. How different things would it be if that document was implemented? The deep state and their financial armies rendered mute, Crown agents and the Rothschilds also, plus the added bonus of deleting all income tax on wages for all Americans. But as one major letter was bypassed almost 3 years to the day, another letter proclaiming much from the same trustee, one ponders how much this letter will actually deliver beyond the sensational style rhetoric. Real actionable events are required now. Words have long since passed their sell-by date and useful date. So this came out last week, January the 21st, for immediate release from the Office of the Interim Head of State, announcing the ratification of Kimberly Ann Goguin as the interim head of state until such time as peace is restored on this planet. During the time of interim government, Global Intelligence Agency, GIA, serves as the intelligence agency to the head of state until each government can form its own structures for protection and security of the land. An eviction notice has been duly served upon all those occupying the offices of the United States government, all in capital letters, meaning it's fake, past, present and future, real, presumed, self-appointed or elected, to vacate government and government-related offices, both physical and occupational, on or before the 31st of this month. This eviction is enforced by the Global Enforcement Unit under the GIA Directorate. All funds are officially curtailed to all offices of the former government, including but not limited to the Office of the President, Congress, all NGO agencies, including but not limited to the Federal Reserve, IRS, FBI, CIA, FDA, CPS, NASA, NSA, DHS, DOJ, EPA, AMA, and all related staff. The people herewith relieve you, the occupying government and its related officers and staff, of all duties. You no longer serve the people in any capacity. Interim officers have been activated to fulfill all critical needs, and the ratification of Kimberly Ann Goguin as interim head of state follows the progression of power as outlined by the GIA. Now, this follows the ratification of martial law declared by global military generals on the 21st of March last year. This progression of office is an essential step in the restoration of the planet and returning governance to the people. Funding will now be provided to the newly appointed state assemblies as the new representatives. All agencies will need to apply for clearances and/or positions with the Global Intelligence Agency Office of the Director. Funds are available to ensure a smooth transition and restoration of those areas which have been severely damaged by the false representatives of the people. Funds have also been designated for emergency shelter, food, safe harbour, and to assist all those in need of services. Many will be surprised by these actions. We assure you, though, that through great and exhaustive action, power has been restored to the people, and that you must now do your part and step up. And we call upon all people everywhere to form your representative assemblies, no matter your nation, state, or continent. The people hereby assume full governance of themselves, with all the rights contained therein, facilitated and empowered by Kimberly Ango-Gwyn, the interim head of state. That was what was revealed last week, and apparently it's all happening, or will happen by Sunday. Now, it all sounds great and very damning for the system, but one has to ask, where is the evidence of it actually unfolding? I would love this all to unfold, but, and there is a but, just because you remove a failed system does not automatically mean it's beneficial for we the people. And this is why we should all question things, question all people, because the only solution of real change has to come not from portions of the old system, which the GIA is, but from the people themselves. Now, some people will say, why are you critiquing or questioning it? It's fairly simple, because I have a moral obligation and duty to we the people to do so. My background knowledge is helpful in these matters. But the answer is there have been 26 separate claims from this group to date, and not one of them has come to fruition. And it's not a good record for anyone, is it? So before everyone jumps up and down in excitement because of the now 2 decades of promises from various internet entities of the funds are coming, I would like to exercise caution and let's see if something or anything actually works first. But what does it actually entail, this changeover? Is it solely beneficial for we the people? That has not been asked, has it? Forget the personalities involved and just focus on the details only. Does anyone ask whether the GIA are any different to any other intelligence agency? Has any intelligence agency worked for them by the people before? Now, here is what I found out online about the GIA in their own words. The Global Intelligence Agency offers intelligence services and specialist risk management services, and we are made up of individuals who are true specialists in their own right. All personnel are ex-British Army Special Forces, SAS, 14 INT, MI6, ex-CIA members and ex-US Army Special Forces, along with people at the top tier of the legal profession. We currently work with government agencies worldwide carrying out various intelligence gathering tasks, specialist surveillance and investigations for corporate business, high net worth individuals, financial institutions and legal practices. No mention of the average person. We operate in 15 countries in various roles that include intelligence gathering and counter-terrorist operations. We offer comprehensive advice on every aspect of security. Our clients benefit from the extensive capabilities of our personnel and their vast operational experience working in various environments. The company's founder, LS, has spent the last 15 years working in hostile environments such as Afghanistan, Iraq, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Yemen, and Syria. He undertook close protection duties, surveillance, counter-terrorism activities, and counter-insurgency operations for the United States Department of Defense and British companies operating overseas. Prior to this, he served with the British Army for a period of 12 years. Common sense question time. Who is LS, the founder of GIA, and why is his or her name a secret? Do they sound like a mercenary-style group on a par with Blackwater? A British-based company, they say. How is that any different to MI5 or MI6 or GCHQ, who incidentally run the NSA? A British-based group doing enforcement on American soil. How is that different to the Crown Agents? Are they different from the Crown Agents or the Founding Fathers, most of which were involved with the British establishment also? We the people will require full proof and far more proof than we've been given that we can trust this organisation, the GIA, before getting behind any potential uprising. That is the sensible thing to do, although no doubt I'll be accused of haterade again for daring to question anything related to Life Force or the trustee. But these are common sense questions for we the people. They're not for my benefit, they're not for her benefit or their show. These are for we the people. And having come out of one saviour programme called Q, it seems some people are all too willing to jump into another one without due diligence. With the announcement of interim head of state, how many titles can one person have before the world turns against that one person for allowing the world to go into ruins? Question, not a statement. It concerns me greatly that titles are all being claimed by one person with zero inclination to share the load at the top levels of the operation. And at which point will the people see whether it looks like a dictatorship? Question, not a statement. Here is a list of the titles or responsibilities currently held by one person on this planet. 1. The Eve. 2. The Trustee. 3. The admin and leader of every bank. 4. The commander of the elites, bloodline families and factions. 5. Queen Esther. 6. Queen of the World. 7. The Earth Ambassador. 8. The head of the UN. 9. The top security clearance. 10. The leader of martial law. 11. The fifth element. 12. The controller of the Earth Restoration Plan. 13. The designated as the sole user of the quantum system. And now 14. Interim head of state. All of these titles currently appear to have no oversight. And that has to be a concern for we the people, but also Kim herself as well. At which point does it become a burden to carry all those roles? And out of all those titles, the one that interests me the most, the Earth Restoration Plan, of which Ms. Goguin has had that responsibility to carry out since September of 2019. And here we are, 16 months later, and not a single thing has been delivered. And that is a sobering fact and becomes an indictment. Titles carries extra responsibility, and the fact Ms. Goguin carries them all makes all of the world's current problems her responsibility to fix it. To date in that duty she has failed, and that is another sobering fact as well. Personally, I wish she had succeeded in them all, but that has not been the case. The world has gone into a free-fall mess. And what has the person with all the titles actually done for the people that is verifiable? People will say, you can't blame her for all the ills. And I agree with them 100%. But as she is the leader, title holder, or responsible for all these roles, of which not one of them is going well. And so ultimately all the blame and the rebukes will all fall on her shoulders. That is the consequences of accepting roles of higher value. If things go wrong, and currently much is going wrong on this planet, the one with the titles carries the consequences of failure. People will say we should trust Kim, and that is fine. But it is fair to say her discernment levels, sadly, have not exactly garnered much in the way of trust recently, has it? Again, that is a sobering fact. And this is something she should have pondered on deeply before taking all those roles. All whilst discarding all of the people of value and the support structure she had around her. And in came the wrong level people, the yes and parrot people, who far from helping her, are actually watching her fall and doing nothing to help or support her. It hasn't served Kim too well. But it hasn't served the world too well either, which is my main concern.